before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get cash back, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. It's been a minute. I've been doing a move, so I'm just about done with my move now, and I'm back to my videos. And with me coming back to my videos, I'm noticing that there's still no shortage of people trying to fraud the government out of these government funds. All right. Most of it happened last year, 2020, when it was like the wild, wild west, where there were really no balances and checks, or checks and balances. People just putting in stuff and getting this money with no problem. And now it's coming back to bite them in the butt really hard. Big Doberman, Rottweiler, Pit Bull, lock bites on your butt. That's what's happening to these people right now. But so you don't have to go through it, or you didn't have to go through it, or you couldn't even qualify for anything. There's two things you can do. So you don't have to worry about it. All right. You can, number one, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. And that way you can get all three scores and reports from all three bureaus: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. That way you will know what's on your report and what you need to work on, if you need to work on anything, in order to qualify for your financial institution products or any other financial institution products. You want a Capital One credit card, you want an American Express credit card, you want a Discover credit card, you want your bank's credit card, you want your credit union credit card. You can qualify for that if you got your credit profile together. And remember, everything starts majorly with a 680. You can do things without a 680, because I don't even have a 680 yet. I had a 765 and 775 a couple of years ago, but right now I've been hovering around 664 and 685, and I think I got as high as a 690 this year. But right now my median score right now is a 676. So I'm not even at 680, but I qualify for all types of things. I qualify for a $63,000 auto loan. I qualify for a mortgage product. All right. I qualify to double my credit limit. So life really truly begins at 680, but you don't necessarily have to be at a 680 long as your profile is intact. You can be anywhere between a 665 and above, and you can be able to qualify for these products. All right. So click that credit monitor link in the description below. Okay. So you can start working on that. And I got do-it-yourself credit repair playlist that you can check out, so you can know how to dispute these things off your credit report if need be. The second thing you can do is click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. And that way you can make $500 to $1,000 per week. $500 to $1,000 plus per week, I should say. Dashing around town on your own time. All right. Using your vehicle. And if you don't want to use your vehicle, if you don't have one, you can click the Wealth Hire Car link in the description below. Along with the Wealth Dasher link, you can still make $500 to $1,000 plus per week while building your credit after clicking the credit monitoring link. All right. Now let's get into this fraud article about this woman. Here it says, Knoxville woman pleads guilty to scheme to defraud the Small Business Administration's COVID-19 economic relief programs. This is Knoxville, right? It never fails. On August 5th, 2021, Portia Timms Bush, 41 of Knoxville, entered a guilty plea to one count of executing a wire fraud scheme in the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Tennessee at Knoxville. Sentencing is set for January 7, 2022 at 2 p.m. before United States District Judge Catherine Kritzer. Bush faces a term of imprisonment of up to 20 years. You hear that? 20 years. A fine of up to $250,000 and a term of supervised release of up to 3 years. So after her 20 years maximum, well, actually during the 20 years maximum, she got a call for $250,000. And after all of this, she still has 3 years left to be supervised. I mean, she may have that ankle monitor thing going on. House arrest, right? Bush has agreed to pay restitution to the victims of her fraud scheme in the amount of $471,621. Listen, so in total, this chick has to pay, what's that, about $700,000. $700,000. And the next line, well, the next two lines, well, the next paragraph down, I'm seeing how much she got to pay for. All right. Listen, we'll get there. I'm not going to read ahead. You guys probably can read ahead, but I'm not going to read ahead. So let's keep on going. But I just know 20 years and $700,000 plus 3 years probation. Man, not even probation. We're talking about house arrest. All right. As part of the written plea agreement filed with the court, Bush waived an indictment by a federal grand jury and agreed to plead guilty to one count of wire fraud in violation of whatever that code is. Right? Now here it is. Here's the meat of it. According to court filings from March to June of 2020, Bush applied for 10 loans. Dang, 10 loans for $547,286 through the Small Business Administration's SBA Paycheck Protection Program and Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. So she applied for both the PPP and the EIDL. She went double duty on them. $547,000. You got to pay $700,000 back plus 20 years. Man, that's deep. Bush submitted false and fraudulent applications under the names of various companies that either did not qualify for COVID-19 relief funds or that did not exist. That did not exist at all. Boy, they keep doing it. Well, they kept doing it. I don't know if they're still doing it. I'm pretty sure they are trying still. Bush submitted 9 fraudulent applications to financial institutions seeking PPP funds and 1 fraudulent application to the SBA seeking EIDL funds. As part of her fraud scheme, Bush submitted fabricated supporting records and made false statements about the number of employees she had, the revenue she generated, and the amount of payroll expenses she incurred. Bush also made false statements about the corporate entities and the intended use of the loan proceeds. But this is nothing new. This sounds like everybody else, right? Sounds like the same thing. All right. In one instance, on March 30 of 2020, Bush submitted an online application to the SBA in the name of Enlightenment Family Care Inc., seeking $150,000 in EIDL funds. On the application, Bush falsely claimed that Enlightenment Family Care employed 4 individuals, generated $335,651 in gross revenue, and paid wages of $45,651 in the 12 months preceding the COVID-19 pandemic. These claims were all false. In further support of the application, Bush included fraudulent supporting documents, including a falsified profit and loss statement and a fabricated internal revenue service form 941 employer quarterly federal tax return for the first quarter of 2020. That chick went all the way in, boy. She wasn't playing. She wanted that bread. As a result of Bush's fraudulent scheme, lenders approved 8 of her fraudulent applications. Dang, they approved 8 of them? 8 of them. So she submitted 10. They got approved for 8. Wow. Rather than using the funds for permissible business expenses as required by the SBA, Bush used the money to pay off personal debt, pay for personal travel, purchase clothes and electronics, and to fund her daily lifestyle. Of course, she didn't have any businesses. Of course. Why would she pay for business expenses that don't exist? She's going to pay for her own business that's not business. She's going to be tending her business, like taking vacations, buying 80-inch TV screens. I ain't saying that's what she did, but I'm pretty sure that's what she did. You know, buying cars. You know, like they said, paid off old debt. But now she got a new debt of $700,000. I bet she ain't had that much. You know what I mean? So anyway, during the investigation, law enforcement obtained warrants to seize approximately $77,822.44 in fraudulent proceeds held in 3 bank accounts controlled by Bush. As set forth in the filed plea agreement, Bush will forfeit these seized funds to the United States. This case is the result of an investigation conducted by the FBI. The case is being prosecuted by Assistant U.S. Attorney William A. Roach, Jr. Man, so she only has $77,820 left. So I'm not saying she got approved for that whole 500 plus thousand. How much was it? It was 547,000. I ain't saying she got approved for all of that. But even if she got approved for, let's just say, 300,000-400,000, the amount of the restitution, where did the rest of the money go? That's a lot of money you just blown. You only had 70. So that means you blew, $400,000. Around that. Around flip, about $400,000. You just blew through it. Boom. Easy. Man. But on May 17, 2021, the Attorney General established the COVID-19 Fraud Enforcement Task Force to marshal the resources of the Department of Justice in partnership with agencies across government to enhance efforts to combat and prevent pandemic-related fraud. So, listen, guys, they got a task force for you guys, yo. So all you guys that's trying to defraud the government, they got a task force for you. You know what I mean? But yeah, 20 years and $700,000 for $400,000 in fine. A good year, because it's past June now. A good year of fun, and you got to spend 20 years in jail up to, and you got to pay back $700,000 plus 3 years of house arrest. Now ask yourself, is it worth it? If you don't think it's worth it, click the credit monitor link in the description below and get your 3 reports, your 3 scores from all 3 bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. And that way you can qualify for actual funds that you're not going to go to jail for. We're talking about $20,000 credit cards, car loans, mortgages, lines of credit, personal loans, things like that. You can qualify for in your own time. Mainly those $20,000 credit cards, you can get that in 60 seconds. Literally, you can apply and be approved for a $10,000 to $20,000 credit card in 60 seconds with the right credit profile. So go ahead and click that credit monitor link in the description below. All right. While you're doing that, you can make your own money on your own time. Click that Wealth Dasher link, and also click the Wealth Hire Car link if you don't want to use your own vehicle, or if you don't have a vehicle. Click that Wealth Hire Car link, but you got to click that Wealth Dasher link to make the $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. You're going to go ahead and invest in some real estate, learning how I got 5 properties for $5,500 by clicking the Be Free link in the description below. And also, if you want to get cash back, which is saving money on your shopping online, you can click the cash back link in the description below. like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to It's Awasi. And as always, until the next video, let's get this money.